They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cop the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And some room to maneuver. Johnson jostles free. A big run there by Johnson. 46 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And Johnson on an island by himself in the backfield. 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. Play action. They'll throw. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Nowhere to go. That time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Detroit!
On second down, Freeman. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there.
Detroit!
They'll look to throw. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 6 on the run. They're going to be faced now with a 3rd and 12. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
To the right side and complete to Njoku. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Ohio! Let's go! Grand 30!
carry here for Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Clock running, under a minute to go now here in a fast-moving first quarter. On second down, Johnson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Yeah, baby, yeah. Watch 84, watch 84.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Try to run with Breida. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. And Johnson on an island by himself in the backfield. 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. This Carolina defense looking to keep him out of the end zone once more. 3rd and goal.
Ohio! Ohio!
Here's Breida. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Lambo will put this one through, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to look deep for Perriman, and that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Detroit!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw here. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Rashad Perriman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers have tied this game up. They can take the lead with the extra point. Lutz good on the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Lutz now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily
Let's
done.
go! What? 90! What? 90!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they? When they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown. And this one, they help force another incompletion.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Ohio! Ohio! Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. David Johnson here on the catch. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Flex round! Flex round!
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go! What?
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. He got 29 yards that time.
Come on, let's go! What?
He'll drop to throw. Flipping it off for Johnson. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Grand 38!
They'll set up to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to find a man here. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's complete, right around the 8. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Three red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Lambo will put this one through. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Able to spin free. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Yeah, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Leopard! Leopard!
And with the play clock getting closer to 0, John Harbaugh is going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hot, hot.
They'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Black 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
From the 10-yard line, here's 2nd and goal.
Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
He'll get it up the middle. And a nice pick up there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
have to think a major focus at a halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And Lutz puts this one through. And they take the lead here by a point, 10-9. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now Johnson. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
They go to Johnson again. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Come on, let's go! White, 90! White, 90!
They'll look to throw. Going up top. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Over!
They go play action here on 1st down. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he gets it down to the 32. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Gone.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And Lutz's kick is good. And the lead grows to 4. It's 13-9. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not
Either way.
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Jags. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Second and 6, just inside the 30. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And his throw here's incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. The Jaguars on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Let's go. White 90. White 90.
They're going to look to throw. And he's got his tight end in Njoku. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Bell. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
Flex round! Flex round!
Out of the gun now on third down. That's complete. It's Bell. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Couple of nice plays for Jacksonville. Another first down there.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, not at all. It came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down.
Ohio! Here we go! What? 90! What? 90!
They'll set up a throw. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. The Panthers are going to take another timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Here we go! Grand 38! Grand 38! Coming after you! I'm coming after you! At 52! Go!
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. David Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. And Johnson on an island by himself in the backfield. 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. David Johnson. Season, and the Jaguars have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Extra point tacked on by Lambo, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go. White 90. White 90. Flex round. Flex round.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Screen play, Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Come on, let's go. White 90. White 90.
He'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And Lambo will put this one through, and that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Carolina getting set to take the field. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Joey Bosa in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Gone! Detroit!
Back to throw. Being chased out left. The breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down.
Detroit!
They'll look to throw. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
Watch him now, Barney!
He's back to throw. Forced out to his left. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. Blue Lightning!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obviously, was that fourth quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for the Jags, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll have another home date next week as the Indianapolis Colts come to town. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles.